Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching The Umbrella Academy. This is episode 9 of season 3. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Last episode we had Luther and Salone's wedding. Now, we obviously had a bachelor party before this wedding commenced, and everyone was invited apart from Ben, which he said that he actually didn't care, but he did, mate. He was well salty. He went to complain to Salone, and she was saying, look, mate, you know, just admit it. You do care, and you're jealous that they always go on about their Ben and how much they really liked him and they loved him, and they're not accepting you right now. Maybe change yourself, change your personality, you know, like, we're trying to join the two families here. You're so, like, determined to be number one, the guy in charge, and be yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to open the horizon, pretty much. You need to accept that we are two families coming to one. That's what I've done, and I'm about to get a new husband. So I thought that was decent, actually. It was a good bit of information. Now, Luther, he had one wish for Victor, and that was to try and extend, you know, like a branch out and speak to Allison and try and rekindle their relationship. Obviously, they fell out with what happened to Harlan, and she actually done that as well. She went over, she said, look, I'm sorry, you know, like, your love, you've always been treated me like the best out of all of the siblings, and, you know, like, I really don't want to ruin our relationship. I can't really, like, moan at you for killing one person, considering all the people that I killed, kind of like in the world, with obviously the end of the world in two timelines. So, like, you know, that was interesting as well. But Allison rejected it. She said no, you know, like, she's still fuming. She's you know, she's having an angry season, isn't she? She's obviously fuming that she's lost her husband, lost her daughter, and now she's just lashing out with family. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, obviously, with her. So the wedding went ahead. All singing, all dancing. They got married. KLAUS was the person officiating it, and it looked really nice, actually. They made the best out of a bad situation. Now, you know, Diego kind of accepted Lila and the pregnancy and said that he wants to be a father and he's going to protect the kid. And she was running, she was jumping on him, she was loving it. You know, they're getting on really well. Everybody's kind of getting on well, to be honest. KLAUS was trying to get the whole family to accept Reginald. He was saying that he's a changed man. He's helped him. He wants to help them. He's not the same dad as that they used to. But then at the very end of the episode, yeah, this was what's really interesting. He was all sat outside. He was all, like, reminiscing. Actually accepted Ben after the whole day. You know, they was like, look, you're actually not too bad. You know, you can come sit down and have a drink with us. And he was all sat outside, apart from Allison, who stormed off, obviously, after the conversation with Victor. They're all looking up at the sky, looking at the Kugel Blitz, waiting for the world to absolutely explode. You know, it looks like it's about to be another apocalypse soon. And then they all go to bed, and the only person you know, that is, well, left seen is Five. He's stumbling down the corridor, looks like he's drunk, he's got neck scratches, you know, belly churning, and he sees Reginald through the crack of the door talking to somebody, but we don't see who it is. And I'm predicting that it might be Five in the future, which is sending Five in the present, all funny and all west, because he's around a doppelganger. So I can't wait to find out if that is true. So thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys are excited. If you are, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do, and as always, let's jump into episode 9 of season 3 of The Umbrella Academy.
Morning, Dad. It is 7:35 Lunar Standard Time. Hope all is well down there. And end transmission.
Oh, I wonder who that is. Oh, I like how they've done the Umbrella and Sparrow and the stars. Mate, his dad is absolutely brutal, isn't he, mate? Leaving in there for 900 plus days. What an absolute savage. You know, think of all of the crazy, groundbreaking scientific finds that he could have done. He could have made so much money as well. I bet, like, you know, like, different scientific organizations around the world would have paid millions for, obviously, like, parts of the moon and get him to do different things. What's really interesting is looking at that there, he couldn't get through a fence. Now, obviously, it didn't look like it was a fence that he put up, but he was like, stupid moon, you know, got his chair out. But then the camera, like, zoomed over, like, probably a mile or two, you know, a bit of a mission. But obviously, like, on the other side, there was another facility there, and there was a woman in a pod. Now, I didn't really like clock which woman it was, but That's interesting. You know, like somebody else is also on the moon doing different things.
Oh, God. My head.
Not so loud.
Boss, do you?
No, not a thing. Yeah, that was some night.
It was.
You opened your kimono to me.
I was drunk.
You're a good person, Ben, but you're trying really, really hard to be a bad one.
I hate you.
No, you don't.
I do. I
No,
do.
no.
I really do.
I want to know.
Kimono open, baby.
What a place to wake up, 5.
Who the hell is he talking to?
Oh, they're teasing us, man. They're absolutely teasing us.
What was the old man up to?
Still didn't find out, did we?
Why are you here?
What does it look like? To feed you, child. I'm sure after last night's festivities, a hearty breakfast should bring you a bright start. Yes, we share the same DNA, impeccable style and mannerisms, but I can assure you, our life circumstances are very different. Family are the only people who know us whilst we endure our most epic trials.
Jesus.
He's due any minute now.
Hey.
That was a joke.
Can I ask you a question?
Is it a sexy question?
Oh God, I hope not. Do you think you're being too hard on Dad?
He used me, and I let him get away with it.
Sorry. Door is open.
No, don't worry. Come in.
No.
I'm sorry for the mess.
I've been a really shitty sister lately.
You know, if you're handing out apologies, Victor should be top of the list.
No, I'm
Working my way up.
just working my way up. Dad called a meeting at noon today. Are you both gonna come?
I see what this is.
Luther, he has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
No, a plan that he thinks can save the universe.
Really? No.
We'll be there.
Don't underestimate the damage that man can do at a family meeting.
That is not the same man. And whatever you decide, I'll be by your side.
You know what was interesting? Look at that world, mate. It's getting proper destroyed, isn't it? There's only a little bit of rock left. Now, that's a contradicting there. Whatever you decide, I'll be by your side. No, we're not going. Yeah, we are. You know, that's straight away. That doesn't, you know, stand up true, does it? You know, he says he's not doing one thing, and she's like, we are. Now, the constant running theme is Reginald is different to their dad. They are consistently judging Reginald from the past and not the present. And that is, to me, really interesting. Because, one, I also am kind of judging Reginald in the past with... Because it's hard, isn't it? Like, I actually think the one in the present here that we've seen has actually not been that bad. I think he's been really useful so far, and he has helped KLAUS progress. But because we've seen him for 2 seasons and we know a different Reginald, that sticks in your head, doesn't it? So, like, when you're watching it, I'm thinking, is he chatting or not? Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's me as a viewer. So, like, as a dad, as someone who's had him as a dad, you're gonna know his ups and downs and his tricks and all these lies, and you expect the unexpected. Do you know what I mean? Like, he there is not convinced at all. But like, if you look at all of them, every time somebody mentions him, they're all like negative about him, and they're talking about the old dad and not this one in the present. And that is a running thing. It's massive. It's happened like 3 times here already. You've had KLAUS say it, you've had Victor, and you've had Luther all mention how Reginald is, you know, like, is different.
I take it you know why I'm here.
How about I save you some time, give you the no up front?
Mind if I join you?
Actually appreciate some solitude.
But it seems I won't get any.
This time everything goes. There's no commission, no leaping away, no life spent going mad.
You know, they all run together after a while. Your original sin. You never stop wondering, did I do enough to save the people I love?
My future self told me very explicitly not to save this world.
You ruined your life once before by not listening to me. Are you prepared to do that again?
Tell me what happened with you in the Buffalo Suite last night. Who were you talking to? Was it Klaus? Was it Ben?
No one. I was alone. Shall we?
He knows that's a lie. Kind of thinking it could have been Allison as well, to be honest.
Here he is. That speech last night. Bravo.
Brought me to tears, you big softy.
As a boy, I heard the legend of the 7 bells. The village is under threat by flood, by fire, by a night that never ends. If they can ring the 7 magic bells, the village will be saved.
We get a little less Brothers Grimm and a little more. What the hell does this have to do with us?
But whoever or whatever wove together space and time They left a way to put things back together. There is a portal in the universe.
That's what it is.
Hotel around it.
We're supposed to what? Just stroll in there, ring some bells, and fix this shit?
Sarcasm aside, you are mostly right.
Why would the builders of this back door need to have a guardian?
To protect it from people who want to use it for nefarious means.
That is correct.
I'm in.
I can't do this without you.
Me too.
We have a deal. You, my children, are all that stands between us and oblivion.
I'm with Victor. We vote.
The world is ending, and you want to count hands?
You're asking us to risk our lives. I think it's only fair you give us some time to discuss it.
Personally, right, I've just got to say straight from the bat, it makes no sense that what Luther just said. You're asking us to risk our lives. Now, I think it's fair if we vote on it. No, mate, because you're dead in 24 hours. So it doesn't matter if they're risking your life. You're going to be dead, mate. Literally, the whole world is full on collapsing in itself, and you've got a solution. It's like saying, yeah, I am putting a gun to your head, and 100 million% that trigger is getting pulled in the next 24 hours. And it's a bullet in there, and it's going right through your skull. Or you could go through this door here, run through, I don't know, a river of crocodiles, and hope you make it through the other side. And you can't be like, oh, you're asking me to run through that thing and risk my life. It's like, mate, yeah, you're going to die no matter what, mate. Literally, you're going to have a factual 100% certain death and a possible death. Like, you know what I mean? So in that situation, to me, anyway, it makes no sense. Now, again, I'm constantly thinking, who the hell was Reginald talking to? Because he definitely is chatting some BS when he's saying that it was no one. But again, I'll stick with it's 5 because he was scratching and sweating and he had bowel, like his bowels was going. And I don't know, just to keep it so it's tying in with a story where we constantly talked about a doppelganger, I'm going to rock with that just so that it makes sense with the overall story. But also, talking about making sense with the story, I'm actually glad that they addressed that room. I totally forgot about it, totally forgot there was a guardian in there. And like, yeah, it's good that they've readdressed it because I forgot about it. And obviously, if doing the end of season review when we talking about last episode, it probably would have come up like what's happened to the Beatles. You know, we've seen them stand on them a few times. Who's chopped off, you know, Diego's fingers? That would have been raised, but I'm glad they done it for me without me even having to say it.
But if we go in there and we succeed and things go back to normal, I want you here with our baby.
I'm better in a fight than you are.
First of all, no, you're not.
Last night you were right. Claire and Ray are gone. Hating you won't bring them back. And it's something that I have to carry. It's just another thing that slips into nothingness. If we stay here, we die. But if we go through the portal, we could save the universe.
It's kind of what I just said.
We just put our past behind us and move forward. I love you.
I'm thinking she's playing with me, man, with Reginald. Yeah, look at that. Look at it, mate. You're not fooling me. Also, she was spitting some facts there, mate. Claire's gone. Ray's gone. The pain is real. And I have to admit, yeah, she's been consoled shit from her siblings. Not 5 was like, deal with it. You know, this is a timeline. Nobody else was like, oh, you know, like, arm around, I'm sorry you've lost, your daughter. Like, are you okay? Like, Ray, not one person's actually like sat down and consoled her, you know, like they've all just like gone on like that, like they've not even lost, you know, a nephew, a niece, whatever. You know what I mean? Like she has pretty much gone through it alone. So where she's coming from that aspect, I get it, but she has not fooled me once. I could tell that. Well, I couldn't tell it was an act, but like I assumed it was straight away.
Where's Sloan?
Raiding the wine cellar for our end of the world party.
So I guess you guys know which way you're voting. I saw something last night that I was not supposed to see.
Diego and Lila. Yeah, they do it on the stairs sometimes.
No, I saw that. In his room. Everything is a blur. When has the old man ever been straight with us?
I don't know, he was pretty ruthless in our performance reviews.
Look, I'm old enough to trust my instinct. It's telling me this is a trap.
Look, I'm sorry to keep pausing it, but we're talking about the bells. Do you reckon the ping on the desk, yeah, that bell correlates to the 7 bells, and maybe when you hit it, you change portals, and you can only do it 7 times maybe, and like you know, Diego's ruined one of the portal jumps, or whether you can just flick through all 7 portals by just pressing it and changing it, because he definitely pressed it and the world seemed to change around him.
Should have left me way back, should have left me way back by the roadside.
We've all been through a lot. We've all lost people, mannequins. But their deaths have to mean something, which is why I'll be voting to go with Dad.
Let's go save the bloody universe.
Woohoo! I vote stay.
There you go.
I am with Father.
Okay, that's 4-1.
I just can't shake the feeling that we don't know what we're getting ourselves into.
But we know what we've got if we don't.
I won't stay.
She didn't expect that.
Luther?
Sloan and I talked, and we're out.
Dead even, 4 in, 4 out.
Well, what about 5?
5?
Yeah.
I saw the future, and it told me to sit this one out.
You're all pathetic.
Well, you can still go in there. Do you know what I mean? Nothing's stopping you.
Why can't we just go in there, just the 4 of us?
Oh, there you go.
That would mean certain failure. I failed you when you were young, and I have failed you now. And in doing so, I have doomed the entire universe.
A real apology?
The man's never apologized for anything in his life.
You're around. It's been interesting.
She has actually had an interesting story this season, to be fair. Was it her that was talking to Reginald? Mate, he's going to kill me if we don't find out this episode. But, I don't know, would you be disappointed, right, if the season was not even saving the world, we literally just sat and done nothing, and they survived, and 5 was right in the future? We get the reason how they survive somehow. Do you know what I mean? Like, they get sucked into the Kugel Blitz and they get thrown out another portal that's inside. No, like, so they get pulled in and they come out a black hole and they're in another dimension and they actually survived. Do you know what I mean? Like, would that disappoint you? It wouldn't disappoint me, actually. I think it'd be a good twist. Instead of consistently saving the world, yeah, accept the fate. And then fate will set you free. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be really interesting. Like, in my personal opinion, like, and I liked how 5 stuck by his guns. Future me said, don't do it. I'm not going to. Now, I fully expect him to go against it, actually, but it would excite me if he just sat around and just let it happen.
Oh, heck.
Hey, maybe Luther's the one, and him and Stallone.
Are you okay?
This is the failure of my life. I sit here staring at centuries wasted all because a different me was unkind to his children. The universe is tearing itself apart.
Yes, I know. But it's always something, you know? Everything you ever wanted me to do, I did.
Will you forgive me, son?
Might as well say yeah now if it's going to be a final bow out.
Yeah. I only wish your self-actualization could have come at a better time for the universe.
Oh, check this. Unexpected. Whoa. Whoa. Maybe Luther's dies, like, that's crazy. He's not like KLAUS, is there?
Just
She played
as you
it.
found love, it is a terrible shame.
No. Whoa, look at his heart. Oh. That's well shocking, that, and did not expect it at all. It's crazy. Is that Reginald or what? Or is he being possessed? I have no idea. Literally, I mean, like, this is 5 from yesterday. No. This is maybe the conversation that... No, it can't be the conversation that he's... Maybe, no, it can't be because... Was he eating cereal down the car? I don't think he was. I'm getting well, like, that death just thrown me. Absolutely thrown me. Look, he tries to recover the drunken memory, and Allison has a change of heart. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very interesting. Like, I'm trying to think, do you reckon that... Because I feel like if this show got what... It might have one more season and we conclude it, like, boom, done and dusted, jobs are good, and do you know what I mean? Like, but... I just didn't expect that. And ruthless as well. That sword looked well good. It like sucked back into his arm. Like, I was thinking, wow, is he like a creature or something? Like, a proper gash as well. Big, massive one. And like, KLAUS's was shocking, but like, straight away we got told, you know, hey, you know, like he could respawn, but like you can't do that twice, can you? Can't have two characters. The only way that we can save Luther now is jump back a timeline, just the way we done it last season when we saved everybody, when we jumped back a few minutes before the handler could kill everyone. Pff, crazy. Unless he goes in there now and he sees what's just happened and he somehow changes time 5 and goes back and like stops it and watches it, it's gonna be exciting.
What are you doing? Eating cereal? Retracing my steps?
Allison apologized to me. Last night she was ready to go 10 rounds with me at the wedding, and this morning it's all family and dad and love.
It's Allison.
What is?
What happened?
They've opened a door.
Whoever did this had a long, curved blade.
And they're all going in there.
I don't know much, but I know knives.
Step up 5. Call his bluff. Oh, this is well interesting how they played that off. It's really smart.
Guys, everyone into the passage. It's the only way.
You agreed to stay.
They killed Luther, all right? Come
I can't believe Allison, man. What an absolute savage.
What are you waiting for? Over.
Wait, what? What's his family do? Like, what are the others gonna do? Come on, Klaus. Son. Killing himself right on the spike. Oh, this was well interesting, mate. Honestly. I know the Cougar Blitz has taken them, but like, Klaus respawned somewhere. It's a pretty good episode, this. It was well unexpected. Do you not think? Like, that last 10 minutes was like mad. We got a Luther death, a Klaus death, Allison betrayal. Now, Allison didn't fool me, mate. No, sir. No, you didn't. I clocked it. Last episode, I think in the outro, I'll admit, yeah, I've been flip-flopping from Allison and Klaus, Allison and 5, and I hold my hands up, me, like, both hands, hold it up, yeah. Been flip-flopping. Deep down, hardcore, hand on heart, I thought it was Allison. But only because we've mentioned doppelgangers pure times. It's been mentioned so many times and effects. I just kind of thought it might have been 5. But if he wasn't, like, you know, falling around and if it was anybody else that seen that conversation, I would have thought it was Allison. Like, that he made the deal with. But because it was Klaus, I mean, I keep calling him Klaus because it was 5. And, like, obviously, he had his bowel going, he was scratching and sweating. And it just matched all the symptoms that he's been saying about doppelgangers. I kind of thought, you know what, yeah? They threw the word doppelganger in so many times. And to use it one tiny bit that he met his future self, like, they're pointless. You know what I mean? He didn't even have to drop any side effects in. He could have just gone to the commission with Lila, seen his future self, like, oh, bloody hell, that's me in the future, and he got the same story. We didn't have to hear symptoms. We didn't have to hear this. We didn't have to ask Klaus when he turned up to try and find his parents. You know, we didn't have to say, in this world, you know, there's going to be another form of us living somewhere, and what are the odds that we're going to be here? Do you know what I mean? All of that story didn't have to be played out. Could have just met himself in the future and that was it. So that's why it kept me guessing. Like I said, I hold my hands up and say I was slipping between them both, but hand on heart, I thought it was Allison. And it was me. And I cannot believe she's accepted killing Luther. Like, out of everyone. Not even 5, you know, not Victor, not Diego, you know, not even killing Klaus or Lila, who's now part of the family. Killing Luther, the person that she had a solid connection with, the person that she loves. It's mad, mate. She's had a ruthless season. I understand where she's coming from in certain aspects, that she's lost Ray, she's lost, you know, her daughter, and she's had no one really, like, you know, say, you okay, you know, all this, you know, she's just been going through it, dealing with it on her own. But I think that's brutal from her, mate, and I can't believe Klaus has just been pushed back, and no one's seen it, right? Like, literally, like, when he turned round, as if anyone's going to be like, who was last through that door? They're all going to know it's Reginald. Like, where the hell's Klaus? Oh, he didn't make it. Nah, that's BS. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't believe that at all. If I was 5 straight away, I'd be like, you're chatting, mate. You're literally chatting. So, I get him, man. Really unexpected episode and really interesting for the finale. Okay, and that's going to wrap up the second to last episode of the season, setting up a crazy finale. Who expected this episode? Not me. Not like it was madness and like 10 out of 10, but like fully unexpected scenarios taking place is definitely what was achieved in this episode, mate. Allison playing the field there, apologising to everyone. She's trying to get like a sympathy vote, trying to get like, you know, the sister vote, apologising to everyone, trying to make everybody feel for her and feel like they're back on a good side. You could tell she was absolutely fuming, mate, when, you know, when Victor did decide to jump and go with her. Now, Ben's always going to stand by Reginald, didn't he? I'm surprised that Salome didn't, actually. I thought that she was going to stand by her dad. Yes, obviously, she's a team now with Luther, but she can have her own opinion as well, you know? Like, you could be a team and united force, but you can also say, look, I personally think that Cougar Blitz is going to come in and destroy the world. I think the best way of saving me and you and the rest of us is going through that hole. That's not bad. Like, that is literally a choice. Now, I respect Five for staying with what he was told in the future, and I said that I would actually think it'd be very interesting if they all just sat and the Cougar Blitz come and took them and pushed them through another black hole and put them somewhere else, like for next season. That would be fascinating. Literally, could have ended the season with them being consumed and we're all like, what the ass just happened, mate? Where have they gone? Start the next, next season, the final season. Black hole spiraling all out, like they're all flying through the skies. Boom, they hit the ground in a different dimension. New Earth. Ray might be back, daughter might be back. Who knows what this thing? It's like open. You could do whatever you want. So again, interesting, but I get where they're coming from. The shockingness of killing Luther, the way they tied it into the Guardian, that's through the portal. I like how they tied it back as well and said, yeah, behind this door, there's not only a Guardian, but it's a portal. He said a story about, like 7 chimes, 7 bells, like 7 siblings. That's why they needed 7 of them to go in there. And I kind of think that might have a correlation to when you press the bell, it changed dimension, changed location or something. I don't know if Diego's pressed it, that's what it's done. It maybe changed the reality in that dimension. Who knows? But they set it up really well. That would make you go in there. Like, I have to be honest, hand on heart, it would make me want to go in there. So if I was there and I was like, no, I'm not going in the portal, I'm going to accept it. And then I see that the door's open and I know that there's a physical Guardian in there and I could just see my brother dead on the floor there. I'm going to be like, screw this, mate. I'm going to go in, I'm going to revenge him. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to absolutely ruin that creature. And that's what they've all done. They've all tried to go in there. They've all ran in. KLAUS has been pushed out by Reginald and then he sacrificed it. Well, not sacrificed himself. He's going to die. That's what I was saying about gun to the head or run across a pond with crocodiles in. You know what I mean? You might as well run over there, a chance of surviving, than certain death right here. And that's what it is. He had that exact same position given to him. Now, he's going to run through the portal. He's going to run through the hole, yeah. And it was forced against him. So what did he do? He had one choice. Stand and be consumed or try and do something about it. He tried to run across the crocodile lake and jumped up and landed on that spike. And he's hoping that he's going to respawn somewhere. He's hoping that he's going to go maybe into, obviously, like, wherever he goes, see his mum, speak to her, come back. Reginald was saying, maybe he was like, look, the faster you come back, yeah, the better, the more beneficial. Maybe he knew that if he died and he messed him up, yeah, that it might be a long period, might be a day before he comes back. That day, they could have dragged his body, put him in somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Now, the way he's trying to get him to come back faster, respawn faster, is he just respawn back where the Cougar Blitz is. Do you know what I mean? Who knows what he was trying to do? But he's definitely been using KLAUS. He used him for his vote. Factually, you could see he got it, and then he's used him and threw him. So, again, I don't know where KLAUS has gone. I thought we was going to see him there right at the very end when the screen went white, because we don't use the end on a white screen, but we did. So, I've got to say, great cliffhanger. Good ending to the episode. Didn't expect it. Full of twists, and I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. Hopefully you guys are excited for the finale and what we have to offer. Has everybody that's been consumed by the Cougar Blitz gone forever? Stanley gone? If he is, what's his mum going to say, mate? If they manage to survive. Has Malcolm actually physically gone, or are they coming back? Do you know what I mean? Really interesting, and I cannot wait to find out. So thanks for checking out today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.